Good morning and welcome to St Margaret's Church in Weir in Somerset. Yes, today looking for a very funny comedian come actor and just admiring this church. It's absolutely beautiful behind me. Proper little countryside church, and to get here these roads are like single track roads all the way around here. It's like they've been here for 200 years. Anyway, the person we are coming to see today is Frankie Howerd. Yeah, Frankie Howerd, I've seen some of his stand-up. He is really funny, well, he was really funny. And also seen him in things like Carry On. I think he's in either Carry On Matron or Carry On Doctor, one of the Carry On films, and it always made me laugh. I think Barbara Windsor was trying to give him an injection. That was hilarious. But anyway, I shall spin you around and we'll have a look around this small churchyard while I tell you a little bit about Frankie Howerd.
Francis Alec Howerd, OBE, 6th of March 1917, 19th of April 1992, better known by his stage name Frankie Howerd, was an English actor and comedian. Howerd was born the son of soldier Francis Alfred William and Edith Florence Howard née Morrison at the City Hospital in York, England in 1917, not 1922 as he later claimed. His mother worked at the Rowntree's chocolate factory. For his first 2.5 years, Howerd lived in a terraced house at 53 Hartoft Street. When his father was posted to Woolwich, the family moved to Eltham, London, while he was a young child, and he was educated at Shooters Hill Grammar School in Shooters Hill. His first stage appearance was at age 13, but his early hopes of becoming a serious actor were dashed when he failed an audition for the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. He began to entertain during World War II service in the British Army. It was at this time that he adapted his surname to Howard to be different. In 1944 he became a bombardier in Plymouth and was promoted to sergeant, and on 6th of June 1944 was part of the D-Day effort but was stuck on a boat off Normandy. Despite suffering from stage fright, he continued to work after the war, beginning his professional career in the summer of 1946 in a touring show called For the Fun of It. His act was soon heard on radio when he made his debut in early December 1946 on the BBC's Variety Bandbox programme with a number of other ex-servicemen. His profile rose in the immediate post-war period, aided with the material written by Eric Sykes, Galton and Simpson and Johnny Speight. In 1954 he made his screen debut opposite Petula Clark in The Runaway Bus, which had been written for his specific comic talent. Filming took 5 weeks with a budget of £45,000. He then experimented with different formats and contexts, including stage faces, Shakespearean comedy roles and television sitcoms. In 1966 and 1967 he co-hosted a 90-minute Christmas show called The Frankie and Bruce Christmas Show with Bruce Forsyth, featuring many top acts of today. During the 1960s and 1970s, he was involved in shows for the BBC and Thames Television, as well as Frankie Howerd Reveals All for Yorkshire Television in 1980. He was known for his seemingly off-the-cuff remarks to the audience, especially in the show Up Pompeii, 1969 to 1970, which was a direct follow-up from The Forum. His television work was characterised by direct address to the camera and by his littering monologues with verbal tics such as "Ooh no, missus" and "Titter ye not." Barry Cryer said of his technique, "What he could do with a script was amazing, like all the great performers. He transformed something you'd just written, what you hoped was in Frankie Howerd idiom, but when you heard it from him, my God, it was something else." Another feature of his humour was to feign innocence about his obvious and risque double entendres, while mockingly censoring the audience for finding them funny. Howerd appeared as Francis Bigger, one of the lead characters in 1967's Carry On Doctor, of which Variety noted, Added zest is given by the inclusion of Frankie Howerd as a quack, mind over matter doctor who becomes a reluctant patient. The success of the film version of Up Pompeii in 1971 saw British exhibitors vote him the 9th most popular star at the British box office of that year. He was awarded an OBE in 1977. In 1978, Howerd appeared in the big-budget Hollywood musical Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, playing Mean Mr. Mustard, acting alongside musical and film talent such as Peter Frampton, the Bee Gees, George Burns, Alice Cooper, Aerosmith and Steve Martin. There was a cabaret tour of New Zealand in 1979. In 1982, Howerd appeared in the televised version of Gilbert and Sullivan's Trial by Jury as a learned judge and HMS Pinafore as Sir Joseph Porter KCB. He performed a comedy duet with Cilla Black on Cilla Black Christmas 1983. Howerd often worked with Sonny Rogers 1913-2005, who was his accompanying pianist from 1960 onwards. She appeared in his TV and live theatre shows, including his last major West End appearance, his one-man show at the Garrick Theatre in 1990. He also occasionally performed with accompanist Vera Roper 1908-2001 of Southend-on-Sea, who was billed as Madame Vera Roper. Throughout his career, Howerd hid his potentially career-destroying homosexuality from both his audience and his mother Edith. Sexual acts between consenting males were illegal in England and Wales until 1967. In 1958 he met Dennis Hamer at the Dorchester Hotel while dining with Sir John Mills. Howerd was 40 and Hamer was 28. Hamer became his lover as well as manager and stayed with him for more than 30 years until Howard's death. In his early career, Howerd suffered from a stutter which caused him some distress, but which he turned to an advantage in developing his delivery style as a comic. Having contracted a virus during a Christmas trip to the Amazon in 1991, Howerd suffered respiratory problems at the beginning of April 1992 and was taken to a clinic in London's Harley Street, but was discharged at Easter. He collapsed and died of heart failure 2 weeks later on the morning of 19th of April 1992, aged 75.
Well, we've just come into the new part, and apparently this is where his final resting place is. Now, I've not been to have a look yet, so I don't know exactly where it is, so we'll have a look at it together. What I'll do is I'll walk down to this end and then we'll work our way through, because I don't actually know where this is. I've never seen it, I haven't been to this part, so just going to get to this end. Right, we are at the end, so what I'll do now is I'll spin you around and we'll have a look and see if we can find it together. It's none of those ones. It's not there. Well, it's not one of those ones at all. It's not on that side. I'm not sure where this is. This is a problem I have every time I come out. What I'll do is I'll walk through the middle. We'll have a quick look as we go. Found it. Here it is. In loving memory of my brother, Francis Alec Howerd, OBE, known as Frankie Howerd. Died 19th of April 1992, aged 75 years. What we keep in memory isn't ours, unchanged forever. There you go, that is the final resting place of Frankie Howerd. Well, there you go, that was the final resting place of Frankie Howerd. Yeah, his comedy, his stand-up comedy was really funny. And he always used to do that thing, didn't he? Ooh, really loud, funny, weird. I felt a bit silly doing that, but it had to be done. But anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, then maybe you should consider subscribing. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you a penny. All you got to do is hit that button. And if you do, don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Oh. So that is it from St Margaret's Church in Somerset. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.